Hey everybody, I'm Todd Anderson.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And you're watching the Versus series on StarCityGames.com. All right, so as you probably know, we're doing something a little weird this week. We're playing some fun decks, playing some fun matchups.
Some Titanic matchups.
Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly which one we did on Monday because these are all flipped around or whatever. But today we're going to be playing one of my favorite decks of all time, Dark Depths Thopter, DDT. I don't know, it's probably just called like Blue-Black Hex Mage or something.
Thopter Depths.
Thopter Depths, yeah. Okay, I mean that's actually.
I remember it just being called Thopter Depths or
Sure.
Thepths.
We just called it DDT, Dark Depths Thopter, which
Yeah.
you know. Anyway, so basically
the
what we're
Eagles
going
are not a fan of that. DDT is the chemical that made their shells thin and caused eagles to die in the
DDT is
70s.
also a wrestling move, as you may not know.
I don't.
It's where you grab them in a headlock and then you drop them on their head like wow. We used to do that. Me and my brother all the time. We'd play wrestling.
That explains so much.
Yep. But anyway, what we're doing this week is we're going to be playing decks that you may see around the SEG Tour nowadays versus decks that have not been around for a very long time or are banned out the wazoo.
For very good reason.
For very good reasons. So I'm going to be playing this Dark Depths Thopter deck against one of the bad boys of the format in Modern, which is
Grixis at Death's Shadow. I'm playing Danny Jessup's list from the Invitational. Pretty stock Grixis Shadow list. Nothing really crazy going on. I like that I get to have Culligan's Command against Thopter Foundry. That's it.
Yeah, that's the good one.
Yep. As I recall, I did not play this extended format a ton, but as I recall, you won a lot more games with Foundry than you did with 2020.
I would say that the format was very volatile and that it fluctuated from heavy combo to heavy interaction. And in the versions that were heavy combo, the 2020 was your way to just kill them before they could really set up anything.
Yep.
And then against the other versions, when they were more interactive, like you played a much longer game, you have stuff like compulsive research and thirst for knowledge, gain you a better card advantage. Sometimes, your Dark Confidant sticks around. Sometimes you just sideboard in a bunch of Jace the Mind Sculptors,
I hear that card's pretty good.
Yeah. This matchup in particular is going to be pretty fun, other than the fact that Roth can't quite kill a 2020. Not a lot of people can kill an indestructible 2020 in general, which is kind of why the card is banned. Dark Depths is banned in Modern for a reason.
Yeah.
But the at the time that this format was legal, there were a lot of ways to interact with it. Most Zoo decks played like 4-Path Exile and sometimes like Bant Charm or what else? There was a lot. There was more stuff in there.
Ghost Quarter was a big one to deal with the depth side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Ghost Quarter and Path being the main two.
Oh, I remember Damping Matrix out of the sideboard. Do you remember that card? That shut down both halves of the combo because it shut off activated abilities of creatures and artifacts, which was kind of cool.
That is a
remember
nice
that one. But you don't have any Damping Matrix in your sideboard. That sucks.
Yeah. Twin hasn't been a thing in Modern for a while.
All right, well, let's go and get to the match and see who takes down between DDT and Grixis Shadow. All right, 7-11 game. C goes first. I guess I should turn this to a 7. All right.
Okay.
7, I died.
That was the fastest 7-11 game I've ever played.
Well, it's got to be tied for the fastest, right? At the very least.
Oh,
this takes me back. Oh, all right.
Yeah, I've got a solid hand, good mix of stuff.
Also, solid hand, good mix of stuff. If he plays a discard spell and doesn't take Hex Mage, he has a chance to just get killed on turn 2. If I just peel a Dark Depths, we'll see.
I'm going to start by cycling this one.
All right, you at 18.
Ooh. Speaking of discard spells,
let's
let's cast one.
All right, so you're at 13 already?
Yep. Don't need that life.
I got Robert. Some stuff.
Hex Mage, Muddle. That's actually pretty nice. So the Muddle can tutor for Thopter Foundries. You can assemble that combo.
Yep.
And he has the threat of assembling Hex Mage very quickly. And I have to deal with this Dark Confidant. So nothing I take pokes a hole in what Todd is doing. So, and I have to just mainly decide which of these things is easiest for me to deal with. And right now, none of them are very easy to deal with. But I think the Hex Mage is the most threatening thing. The Bob I have plenty of answers to, and this is going to take a while to set up.
True.
So I'll take the Hex Mage. That might be playing scared, though. The Hex Mage is the one card that has a chance of being a blank. 13.
YOLO. Go. We need a second blue anyway for our Talaria West. So let's just hope he bricked.
Yeah, so I guess I start with this one.
All right.
And you got me.
10?
Yep.
That's a biggie. All right.
I'll leave the Thoughtseize.
Sure.
Till.
I'm
gonna. I guess I do have to get a Black Sorcery. That's kind of a tilt.
I'm not as familiar with this list as I used to be, so transmuting is going to be a lot more difficult. I can just go like Thoughtseize, Sword of the Meek. I don't hate that because I'm pretty sure the only thing I have main deck to go get with Talaria West is the Dark Depths, and we don't have the Hex Mage right now. I think we might have like an Engineered Explosives or something like that, but it doesn't really help us. We actually have no way in our deck, I don't think, to actually kill a Gurmag Angler. So, all right, we'll Thoughtseize. Try to take something good. All right, take that snap. Go to 18.
Yep.
I don't think I'll need both Talaria West, but I kind of want to just cast my Sword of the Meek in case I draw a Thopter Foundry, so we'll just do that. Take a.
So opt.
Okay.
Bottom that. I just want to deal with this Dark Confidant. I will Serum Visions. And we just can't do it.
Hooray! I just assumed my Bob would not survive, but
question is,
kind of glad it did.
Do I want to Thoughtseize here and take? What am I? I don't know any of the cards in your hand, do I?
I think you know both of them.
Oh yeah, the two Talaria West. Sure. Yeah.
I
So
played
the Thoughtseize doesn't do anything. Okay, let's bottom both then. Give ourselves one more draw at this. I'll go to 8. And kind of a tilt.
Yes.
Mush for 5.
13.
Tapping that for black.
Because of Urborg, all you people watching right now.
Play Tasker.
Man, that's a lot of pressure.
You can go.
All right. Good one. Nope. This is turning into a TILT.
You getting that Dark Depths?
I think so. I'm just going to double check and make sure there's nothing else I should be looking for. I guess Academy Runes doesn't do anything.
I probably shouldn't have cycled that Street Wraith.
Explosive doesn't do anything. Yep. I'll just get it and play it. All right. These probably should be black.
Let's Serum Visions.
Mm-hmm.
Those were not very good draws. So I am basically dead to Hex Mage.
Actually, I'm going to play this over. Or, I guess it doesn't matter.
Hex Mage or
Thopter.
Yeah. Foundry. Muddle would just get a Hex Mage, and you have mana to cast it because you have River of Tears in hand. And I guess I'll keep that one then. And mush you.
Alright, I'm at 4.
And play a Tarn and pass.
Alright. Doop. Tilt. We're dead.
Okay.
That was sad. Some bad bots.
I know.
Alright, I mulliganed a 6-mana hand into this, and I'm not super excited about it, but it's fine. It's, at the very least, resilient to discard, but a good combination of spells can definitely pick this apart. But we're going to take a Scry, which couldn't do back then.
I have a very similar hand to game 1. Might be a little slow on the draw, but I still think it has to be a keep.
I kind of just want to bottom this.
Do you now?
Well, it's a land that comes in play tapped. I'm on the. If I was on the draw, I would keep it because I would just play it tapped immediately. But since we're on the play, and we have a turn 2 play probably, I guess there's a chance that you just kill Bob. So I should maybe just play Talaria West on 2. We're gonna bottom it. Go. Where'd my thoughts is that?
Well, mine are on the top of my deck every time, so. I'm going to 15. Get me a Watery Grave. So Todd cannot even cast the Hex Mage. I do not have an answer for Bob right now, so I think I have to take Bob. Indeed.
Actually, I'm gonna play this. That's stupid.
Well, that makes my play a lot easier.
I know.
I drew this Inquisition. Now that the Threat of Depths is there, I was thinking about potentially not Inquisitioning there because that would let me get down this Angler turn earlier, but now let's crack this fetch for a... Do I want to get a Steamheads or another Watery Grave? Steamheads is so good if you draw an Urborg. I don't have any use for red mana right now. Every time I see somebody play this deck, they just get Watery Grave. I still got to resolve my Serum Visions.
Yeah. You just take a long time.
I'm thinking about what lands I want to fetch. It's really important.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that, Raw. People watching ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that.
I probably want at least one of these, but not a second, given that I've...
Go. Really wish I had drawn a colored mana to play Thopter Foundry. But
wait, I Inquisitioned you. You just put the Hex Mage in the yard up. Oh yeah, that's what happened.
You took the Hex Mage.
Yeah.
Because I had a potential 2020.
I was...
No, it's fine.
I went way back in my head.
Snapcaster Inquisition. Take it, Thopter Foundry. I do have this Academy runes, though, so if the game goes long enough, if he doesn't put pressure on me, I can maybe eventually do it all. Alright, which one? So you're at...
I'm going to
9?
get a Steam Vents and go to... 9.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the one that kills me immediately. You can get... Instead of the one that you can't cast.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, just turned it all on. Well, should I float a balloon, put it on top? Just go for it, like, next turn? I guess so. Alright. I guess I can just EOT it. Just have the option. Your turn.
Thought Scour myself.
Mm-hmm.
We're just digging for K command here. Serum Visions.
Mm-hmm.
So close. Yeah, I don't think either of those is going to do anything, so let's just get rid of them and attack for 2.
18.
And play an Angler.
All right. So we'll put Thopter back on top. Untap, draw it. Play it. And main phase, make 2 things, I guess.
So you stay at 20?
Yeah.
Or go back to 20?
All right, your turn.
Ugh. Visions.
Mm-hmm.
You are not the droids I'm looking for. Opt.
Mm-hmm.
So many cards.
Push both your tokens. Attack for 7.
Yep, I'll go to 5.
Wow. Okay. All right, I'm at 13.
You can go.
All right, just make 4 things. Gain 4.
You're at 17.
This is a losing battle for Ross, but he's buying himself some time to find Colgan's command. You got like 1 more turn.
I'm at 5.
Oh yeah, you are. 5.
Even if I find it next turn, you're going to have way too many things.
I had drawn Muddle the Mixture too, so at any point if I drew land, I was just making it 20/20.
Okay, we're here for sideboarding. From my side, I want to ensure that I can kill Todd quickly because I think he has inevitability between the redundancy in his deck and Academy Ruins. So I'm bringing in the Battle Rages, and then I'm bringing in some extra disruption, especially for the Thopter Foundry side of things, and then another Stubborn Denial. I'm trimming on removal. I do want to have 1 removal spell for an early Bob. That's about it. Usually Hexmage doesn't get exposed to removal, so if my hand gets clogged with these and I try to over-prepare thinking I can kill Hexmage with them, then I'm going to just end up not really having a clock and losing to it anyway. And then I'm cutting some of the grinder elements. You saw both my hands in those first 2 games were filled with cantrips, and I really don't want to have a hand like that where I'm spending the first 3 turns of the game sculpting around.
Mm-hmm.
I need to come out of the gates more quickly, and then trimming a Snapcaster Mage because that's just not what these games are going to be about. It's going to be about playing like a fish style where I'm getting in there, disrupting Todd on the early turns to make sure I don't die by turn 3, getting down a threat on turn 2 or 3, and then riding that and protecting that threat till he's dead.
Sure. My side, Smother basically only has Death Shadow as a target, and by the time Death Shadow comes down or is actually threatening, I usually am able to assemble one of my combos, and Smother is kind of a dead card early. Same with Engineer Explosives. I think Damnation is a good reset button. It gives us a way to interact with his Delve creatures.
This card should be in my deck.
Probably. Gives us a way to interact with some of his Delve creatures, which I like. And it just buys us some time. Gatekeeper of Malakir is similar. Like sometimes it might just pick off a Snapcaster Mage, but I'm assuming Ross is just going to try to use all his mana every single turn. So Gatekeeper is probably going to be okay. And then
keep going.
Chalice of the Void kind of bricks off a lot of his 1-drop stuff. If I can get it down super early, I think it'd be fine. I'm trying to figure out a way to bring in Duress and Jace, and I think like back in the day, whenever you would board in the plan of Jace Mind Sculptor and some other stuff, you would usually board out some pieces of either side of the combo based on which one was worse in the given matchup. In this given matchup, I think Thopter Foundry is the worst of the 2 combos, so I'm considering cutting like 1 Thopter, 1 Sword, since I think it's a 3-2 split right now, and just bringing in Duresses, but then I also want to try to find room for Jaces. Muddle the Mixture and cards like that are a little slow in this matchup. and I kind of want to trim some of those to get Jace in there. Even though Jace costs 4, the impact it can have on the game is ridiculous for a number of reasons, especially if I have an early draw featuring Chrome Mox. So we're gonna reassess after this game. For now, we're just gonna do these.
Okay. I neglected Nile Spellbomb, which actually does stop the Thopter side of things, and I think it does it more efficiently than EE. So I'm going to bring these in, and I'm just going to cut another cantrip, big Spellbomb cantrips. Okay, here for game 3. On my side, I have a pretty solid hand here, as long as I can find some lands, but I got cantrips here, so feel pretty good about that.
Our hand is pretty good. I'll just leave it at that.
Great. I'm going to get a Water Grave and play Serum Visions. Da-da-da. There you are. And land, please.
I'm guessing that means he doesn't have a land. So we have kind of a weird decision to make here, but I think we just play this and say go.
It's not a great turn 1 land, Todd.
I know. My deck has a lot of weird lands in it. But Sunken Ruins was very, very good in the deck for allowing it to combine with Urborg to transmute stuff like Muddle the Mixture and such.
I will go to 14, get another Water Grave. Thoughts easy?
Yeah, I probably messed up. Not going to lie. I actually thought about just now as I passed the turn that I could have played Chrome Mox, imprinting Jace, and then held up Muddle the Mixture for my turn 2, make a 20-20 play.
Yeah, so guess I have to take the Vampire Hexmage so I don't die.
We also could have just cast this, but since he didn't have a turn 1 discard spell, I was kind of under the impression that he might have removal and not discard. But yes.
And then I'll play a 1/1 Death Shadow.
Okay. So you're at 12?
Yep.
Okay. All right, what to do now?
You can get really aggro and transmute the Muddle.
I was thinking about it. Kind of feel like you might be baiting me to do that, though. So I can just play Sword of the Meek. Like, I don't think I can really wait till turn 5 to play, or sorry, turn 4 with the Chrome Mox, but to transmute and play something. I can also just hold up Muddle as like another preventative counter spell. This is hard. Also, can just like try to jam Jace next turn. Doesn't seem that bad either.
While holding up Muddle.
Hold up Muddle this turn, play next turn, but I'm just gonna get destroyed by a Stubborn Denial. So I think I'll just say go. Just see what happens.
I'm gonna start by thought scarring myself.
Sure.
And let's attack for 1.
Okay, 19.
You can go.
All right, double blue.
Yep.
Transmute, go. We have swords, so we can get the thing, but the Hexmage, he basically has to have discard for it. He can't just play a counter spell or something. Like, the deck doesn't have ways to interact with the Hexmage Depths combo.
Here for game 4, and my hand could be anything. It could even be a boat. So
this seems like a fairly classic DDT hand. I don't know what to do.
I know what to do.
All right.
$16.
16. Okay. Ooh. That makes me very suspicious. Chrome Mox. Love it. Love it. So, I think we actually just want to play this Teleria West, even though... No, No, we don't. That's stupid. Go. Island v. Island, the classic modern story.
Let's go myself.
That's another reason why I kind of wanted to get him to counter the Karl Mox if he had it, so he couldn't Thought Scour. Or Opt or whatever. Lucky.
You can go.
Bonk. Tilt!
Got him.
Got me.
I'm going to take 3 for that, so I'm at 13. Yeah. One of the reasons I was so aggressive about using Stubborn D on the Mox, I had another one. Probably going to get Jace next turn.
Oh, you know. You know how we do. I have to have another Mox, though. Go. And you could just Snapcast or stub it, unless you tap out this turn like a fool. Land. Tilt.
End of turn. Where are you? This one. I'll go to 10.
Yeah. Don't have red in your deck, or do you have a bunch of red in hand?
Snap this Thought Scour.
Sure. Target me. Target me.
You know, I don't think I'm going to do that.
Why not? Get in there. Here comes the beatdowns.
Go to 8. Go to 6.
Man, you so low already?
Wishing for 2.
18.
You can go.
Pretty sure I play Thoughtseize in my deck. I want to interact. Now we draw the land, of course. Trained mute.
Sure.
All right. Where you at, Thopter? Your turn. Don't give up, Ross. I might not go for it. Yeah.
16. I drew so many cards this game. None of them were a threat.
Look, I almost repealed your Snapcaster Mage, so don't give me too much credit. All right, we are going to cast it.
Yep.
All right. So we would play around like surgical and stuff here. So I think I'm just going to say go. Or we should definitely tap like this.
Let's go myself.
Sure.
Those would have been good draws. That would have been a
told
good
you,
draw.
you know how many times I told you Thought Scour me? You know, you just don't listen.
That would have been a good draw last turn.
If you were serious, you would attack right now. If you were playing on your A game and not giving away that you have literally nothing to interact with me, you would attack. But now that I know you have literally nothing, I'm just kidding. I'll take 2.
14. You can go.
So, what would I play around here? All right.
Just doesn't make anything. Like an idiot.
All right. Or make thing.
Yep.
All right. Gain 1.
You're at 15.
All right. 2 more unless you have a response.
No, you're at 17.
Your turn. So you have this muddled mixture, so I was just like trying to protect it from a potential surgical extraction. What game is this? 4? That's what I thought.
And you're at 6. I'm dead. I mean, I'm at 6. Yeah. Okay, we're here for game 5. I have a pretty solid opening hand here with turn 1 discard spell into a turn 2 threat, so definitely going to keep.
Well, my gut is telling me to keep this hand, not only because I think it's okay, but also because I want to give Ross a shot.
All right, well, I'm going to go to 15. And I will take that Dark Confidant, seeing as I don't have an answer to it right now.
Yeah, I was going to 100% play that on turn 1. Just, classic YOLO moment. I swear my deck plays Thoughtseizes, though. Pretty sure it has 4.
I think it has 3. 15.
Maybe you're right.
No, it has 4.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. I'm going to go to 12, get a Steam Vents.
Dun it. Dun it.
Thought scour myself. And hope you didn't draw a Hex Mage. You can go.
Not yet. Whoop. Oh no, I messed up. This should not be this. Oh well.
You can't transmute now.
Correct. All right, go. I don't know what I'm doing.
Magic's hard.
Just never lead with Dark Depth. Just always lead with like Urborg.
Visions.
Yep.
I do not want any of those. Visions again.
Yep.
And I don't want either of those. Oh, no, maybe I want this one. Just to get that life total down. Go to 10. Go to 8. And attack for 5.
15.
You can go.
All right, blue.
Yep.
Transmute. Should have been able to do that last turn and make it 20-20 this turn, but Sure, he didn't play his discard spell last turn because he knew that I drew Muddle the Mixture like a jerk. Your turn.
I think I also screwed this up.
Fetching Steam Vents?
No. I just had a snap to dig towards a Thoughtseize to answer that line of play. And I should have left a Straight Wraith to give myself access to the Scries, but I just ripped out Thoughtseize anyway, so.
Oh, still.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty sure he has Stubborn Denial too.
So so I go to 6.
6.
Take the Hex Mage.
He did.
We shoot for 5.
Yep, my 10.
Pass the turn.
Yep. Your turn.
So, what am I worried about here?
5. A Hex Mage? Or are you going to play another 5/5?
I'm going to play a 7/7.
Oh, okay.
You can go. With Snap Stubborn Isle in hand.
Oh.
It's good Thoughtseize. This hand for this game is basically ideal. Turn 1, discard spell. Turn 2, cantrip threat. Turn 3, play more stuff, attack, counter your thing. Turn 4, present lethal, snap, counter your thing. Turn 5, about, yeah.
That's fine.
And if Todd had not played the wrong land turn 1, I think I would still lose. So I beat a Hex Mage making a 20/20 because both of my creatures are lethal, and Todd can no longer. Oh yes, Chromox, but you haven't played your land.
I have not.
So I lose if your hand is
Color Spell Damnation
and an untapped land. Do I know about another land.
You know about the
second Dark Depths.
Yeah.
So if I don't counter this, I lose if you have colored card damnation between those two cards and the top card. Or no, if I counter it, then I lose that. But if I let this resolve and you just have a Hex Mage, then I lose.
Right.
So I'm going to counter it.
You win. I have a Hex Mage.
Yeah, Hex Mage is just way more likely for you to have.
All right, so I learned a valuable lesson that I learned 7 years ago.
So you relearned a valuable lesson.
I relearned a valuable. Yeah. So sequencing lands is difficult sometimes, especially when you haven't played a deck in actually 7 years.
Yeah,
it's been gone a while.
Oh yeah, just a long time ago that was a thing. So you were fortunate. You were generous enough to give me that last game.
Yeah, I just chucked it. Like if I led with Urborg, I could have gone transmute for Hex Mage, and then he had to have exactly a discard spell on turn 2 after having a discard spell on turn 1,
which I did not find in any of my cantrips.
Yeah, I mean stuff like that just kind of happens sometimes. Little mistakes you end up getting punished for, and that one just got away from me pretty badly.
Thing is, I had in your ideal hand there in game 5. I went turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 cantrip, angler.
Look, I don't think people really care about the sequence of events, like in that regard. I think they just want to hear about how awesome Dark Depths is, and how awesome it is that it's banned.
That deck was unbelievably good.
In the time period, yes, I will say that. I wanted to pair it up against some modern decks. I wasn't sure which one to pit it against specifically. I mean, I don't even know that this deck can be Burn. Like Burn is just good. It makes it so that I have to assemble the combo and try not to take 20 before turn 4 or 5. And sometimes that's just not possible. There's a reason why there's Thirst for Knowledge and Compulsive Research in my deck, even though I never drew them ever. Well, I did draw Thirst once, but I never cast it. It's because the games just used to go longer in this format. There were a lot of combo decks that would try to beat you before you could get assembled, but that's why you played stuff like Muddle the Mixture, not only as a tutor effect, but because it could also break up Hypergenesis combo. People were sideboarding a bunch of Chalice of the Voice to be Hypergenesis and things like that. But for the most part, I was not expecting the 2020 plan on turn 2 or whatever to work ever. And in the current modern format, I think it could work most of the time, just because not every deck plays Path to Exile, and Fatal Push is not an answer.
Yeah.
So
a matchup is a nightmare though. Death and Taxes.
Death and Taxes.
They got
they got
Ghost
Flicker.
Quarter, Flicker Wisp.
They do have Ghost
Arbiter. Nice transmute.
I mean, if this deck could play Fatal Push,
yeah,
I guess it could. But I actually think that a version of DDT in the current universe of Modern could exist and would be dominant.
Yes.
Even though Chrome Mox is not part of the format either, the just the 2-card combo, or the 3-card combo of Urborg, Dark Depths, Hex Mage just colds 90% of decks. And the other 10% of decks, you just have an entirely different plan for. You can build your deck in such a way that you can play this super long game. These blue control decks, this deck could play Snapcaster Mage, Dark Confidant, Snapcaster Mage, Hex Mage, something like that, with just Fatal Pushes. This could be a different version of Death Shadow, where I have all these cantrips and interactive things, and then I just 2020, your turn. Oh, you got no cards in hand because we played 17 discard spells before turn 4? Yeah, kill you.
2020. Yeah. How much life you got? Oh, less than 20?
Less than 20. Oh. Usually.
Oh. Funny how that works.
Yeah, Inventor's Fair and Ensnaring Bridge, they kind of keep me in check. But yeah.
Sure. Let's play against Lantern.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very good reason that Dark Depths is banned, but I mean, we said the same thing about Thopter Foundry a long time ago, and then it got unbanned and basically made 0 waves. Wild Nacatl, Bitter Blossom, both previous bans that got unbanned made very few waves in the format.
Wild Nacatl was kind of a thing for a little while.
Yeah,
less of a thing now.
It is less of a thing now, and it's only in one deck. The reason it was banned is because it made these zoo decks uniform in how they were built, because it was always
banned is because we didn't play Modern very often, and all the best players just kept playing the same deck.
Wild Nacatl was banned less than 6 months after Modern was created.
Yeah, there were only 3 Modern tournaments, and nobody was testing the format, and all the top players just kept bringing that counter cat deck because they didn't want to test.
Yeah, it was also good.
Yeah, it was a good deck.
It was good.
I
mean, Green Sun Zenith for Gaddock is pretty powerful.
But I imagine if you just left Wild Coddle in the format once the PTQ season happened and a bunch of people, and there were a lot more eyes on the format, I think it would have died down.
You know what? I'm not going to break down the decision-making process of Wizards of the Coast or of the professional players that play on the World Championships and the Pro Tours, because I'm not one of them. That's not me anymore, unfortunately. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks, guys, for watching the Verse here at StarCityGames.com. We're going to have more of this kind of content for you guys on Friday, so make sure to check back for that. I believe I'm going to be playing against Brad Nelson, and he is going to be playing Teamer Energy. And I'm going to be playing Reed Duke's Jund deck circa 2013, where he won Grand Prix Miami. It's going to be Thragtusk versus Bristling Hydra. Well, it's actually going to be Thragtusk versus Confiscation Coup, and it's going to be embarrassing. And we're just going to show you just how insane Teamer Energy is compared to these decks of the past that have been hailed as like interactive, horrible, like grind fests. It's going to be great. All right, thanks for watching.